Welcome back, subscribers, and hello YouTube viewers. Now, I have passed so many churches in Croatia that I've lost count. Some of them are relatively new, some of them are maybe 100 or 200 years old. Then you stumble into one that's from the 1st century. Now, that's prehistorical. It's more than just a church. I believe it was once a cemetery. And also like a little village. I'll have to do a little bit of reading on this one, but we'll have a look. It just popped up on the Google Maps as I'm touring around, and here I am. I'm curious to see this extremely old church and the buildings, or what's left of this site. So let's see what we see. So what I can tell you about this site, it sort of had more than one life. So initially it was an ancient villa, then it became an old Christian church, and there's an old cemetery here, and St.Martin's church is what it's last known for. So I'm assuming that building there is St.Martin's church. The ruins here are part of some sort of large villa, and next to that church is supposed to be a cemetery. So we'll wander around. We'll get a bird's eye view. I think the best image we're going to get is through the drone, so you get an overview of what this looks like. It'll highlight how close it is to the ocean here and why it might have been so significant back in the day. You can probably see in the distance in the middle of the screen. I'll zoom in a little bit more, and you can see that there's a huge settlement just, I would say, not even a 5-minute drive away. So there you go. We'll have a good look around and let's see what we see. Now I'll do my best to get every angle that I can in. You can see that it did once have a bell. Where that went to, your guess is as good as mine. It might be even inside the church, who knows. But I do know that during wartime, bells were normally confiscated and melted down for ammunition and such things. And as you can see, this would have been a huge villa. There's a little sign here. Let's see what it says. Tombstones with or without carved symbols from the 13th, I don't know if we can catch that, from the 13th and 15th century. So I'm assuming it's these slabs here on the right hand side. So these tombstones have tipped over, and the cemetery is basically running next to the church. So it gives you a really good indication of just how old these tombstones are. There's a few with some sort of inscription on them, but it's pretty hard to see. There's one there with something on it. Maybe this one as well, but still a little bit hard to see. I guess through time they've just all worn away. There's the church. So you can see how the villa had separate quarters. Whether or not they had livestock here, can't tell you. I can tell you that there's, once again, the surrounding area has got nothing but olive trees. So I can see a few cars in the area and people are picking the olives. I'm still not sure how that works. It seems like if it's in a public area, anyone can have a go and pick them, the olives that is, and if it's on private, there's normally signs saying private, and you can't trespass, obviously, when you've got all the signs up. Now, this is maybe a well, I don't know. Then there's a little sign here, so we can check it out. And it says it's a Roman cistern, or cisterns. There you go. See if I can find some more of these little signs. Oh, yeah, there's a few as you go around. So a cistern. For some reason I'm thinking of toilet where you flush. But I don't think it's that. Or maybe it is. I'm not sure. Once again, I'm just speculating, speaking aloud. Sometimes I might be saying things that are correct, while other times I could be totally wrong. But that's okay. I'm not a historian. I just like looking at stuff. So this is from the 5th and 6th century. So this is where you got baptized. I'm assuming that maybe just there'd be some sort of water that you step into or something. I don't know. Or maybe it's not that at all. Still make our way around. Oh, here we go. This is pretty good. There's your floor tiles. Now, I've been a fan of Time Team, a show in the UK where they go on digs and find stuff. And a bit of a plus is when they find some tiles, floor tiles. So there are some here as well. Just climb up here. Then you've got things like that doesn't make any sense to me. But then these are the foundations we're actually seeing, so you don't know really what's on top. And you've definitely got two arches here in front of us. This is not bad. I'm sort of up high on one of the walls, and it gives you a bit of a bird's eye view of everything. I'm just going to make my way down here, without falling hopefully. And we've got another little plate or plaque with a bit of description. And what do we got here? Roman thermal complex inside a rustic villa. Okay. So is that thermal baths with the underwater heating for water? I'm not sure. I'll have to look it up, and once again, when I get the drone up, if I find any more information about this place, I'll share it with you guys. And if not, I can't find too much extra, well then, what you get is what you get. Pardon me. It's a big space. This is it's a villa. It's a big one. Now, Venetian, Roman, not sure. Here's another sign coming up to the church. I doubt this church will be open. I think this will be most likely closed. It is, now the road to get here was a dirt road. It wasn't a normal road. So we've got old Christian 3-nave Basilica, 5th century. Okay, fair enough. And she's all boarded up. No one's going in there. We've got a PowerPoint though. It's interesting. I'll bring the camera closer, but I don't think we're going to get anything looking inside. No, I don't think so. Okay. Well, we'll give it a bit of an effort. And over here, can we put it inside? No. It just shows you how thick the walls are. Wow, that's really thick. Okay, here's another view. just baking in the sun. And it is, I don't know if you can see in the distance, probably cars going past. That's the only road, that seal that comes past here, but you cannot really see these artifacts from the road at all. You've got to go on a dirt road, and if you're unaware of it, you'll go right past it. Well, you're not even going to really see it. Okay, so that's all the doors are closed, which is good. It just stops the wrong people getting up to mischief and doing silly things by keeping it closed. It's a bit unfortunate because there's a lot of people out that I've seen going about looking at this sort of stuff who are just generally interested in archaeology, I guess is what you'd call it, looking at old ruins, and have no intention of doing any damage whatsoever. But and I'm just curious of how things were built and how people lived back in the day, what was important to them, what wasn't. I'd say there's a brand new roof on that one. It's a pity they can't get the bell back up there or something just to replace it with something. So anyway, so there you go. There is a big board here that tells you a lot more information. And there's even a really nice overhead, as in a drone footage. So there you go. It's all in English, and I do believe the other side was all in Croatian. That's why I didn't look on this side. What else can I tell you? So there's obviously some features inside the church that we just can't see, being those sort of images. So they found a cross here, some Roman stuff, and it does come up on an ancient map. So there you go. A lot of history, absolutely a lot of history. So yeah, so where it mentions here about the ancient villa. The earliest is from the 1st century, and various petitions and additions were ongoing until the 5th century. It's a countryside agricultural type of villa. Okay, according to archaeological findings in the sea, which is in the immediate vicinity. I did see, hopefully I'll pick it up with the drone, it does look like a fishing area to one side where the closest part of the water is to this church. But I'm only going to know until I put the drone up to have a look. So if you want to read this, by all means, I think just press pause and read it to your heart's content. So just highlighting on this ancient map, which was drawn up in 1711, and if you follow the red line up to the top, you'll see where it says St.Martin, and here's just a blown up image to show you what that map actually is. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, so I was assuming on this map that along here was where I would assume they'd be doing a lot of fishing. But we'll see what it looks like today. So once again, this is just pretty much just a moment in time as I'm sort of touring the countryside, come across the church. If you did like the video, by all means click on that like button or that thumbs up icon. Please consider subscribing. Subscribing doesn't cost you 1 cent, but it really does help the channel immensely. But most importantly, no matter where you are, stay safe, commute safe, and have a great day. And thanks for watching.